Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smite Pro League powered by Curse Voice. Gandhi Man, it's go time, my friend. It is Legion versus Team SoloMid, but we only have one game.
We only have one game to bring you today. There's a reason for it, and I'm sure my boy Gandhi knows all about it.
So, unfortunately, Legion was unable to field a roster after the 30 minutes at their scheduled time. So, what ends up happening is game one, you have 30 minutes to field your roster, and if you don't, we DQ you for game one, and then game two, you have 10 minutes. So, they were able to field the roster for game two. So, we will have at least one game for you guys, but it's unfortunate that Legion was unable to show up on time.
Yeah, unfortunately, first game, they weren't managed to get hold of the whole roster. DJ Pernicus wasn't available to get there in time. And now they're going to be going into game two. So already they were 1-0 down our Legion. Yes, I'm getting automatic default win.
So the big thing here is whether or not Legion is even going to go toe-to-toe with Team SoloMid after getting DQ'd in game number one. I mean, so far, if I had a teammate who didn't show up, I would probably F6 as early as possible. But it's really going to be a testament of really how good they are.
Well, I mean, the worst case scenario as well is, imagine if they win this game. How brutal would that be? They
oh
win
my
this
God.
game, they do really well.
That's the flip side.
Exactly.
It's like they're either going to be on super tilt or they're going to just be like, wow, thanks, DJ Pernicus. You're the new Allied. But,
Yep.
They at least were able to field a player there.
They were able to get a player. Like, you know, he's found his alarm clock bench. So
Yeah,
that's the
for
main
sure.
thing. We'll see. Pixaband should be ready, though. We should be going right into them on your screens now.
Yep. Legion is on the order side. Team SoloMid will be red. And the score is 1-0 Team SoloMid due to the disqualification in game number one. As we will get that updated here. Everyone was really just expecting a two-game set, man.
I was hoping for a two-game set.
I was too, because I think this is like a true test of Legion.
It's also a true test of TSM. They've already dropped 3 games this season, which is a lot more than we've seen out of them previously.
It's pretty nuts.
And they currently seeded third. They're behind AFK. They need wins, and it's going to be difficult for them. Let's see what they can do against Legion, though. They're up 1-0, as you can see, because of that default win that they got.
Yep.
And it's going to be Legion with the first pick, first ban.
Now, it's actually not well-plaid playing for Team Legion right now.
That's correct.
It is a new guy coming in from the ranked Words as Weapons.
That's correct.
World at War. Shout out to the Call of Duties.
WAW. Let's just call him that for safety.
Yep.
If in doubt,
I'm going to call him Words.
Words is fine.
But it's also going to come out as Wards because I'm casting with you and your accent, right?
Wow. Blame me for it. Okay. I'm okay with that. But yeah, I'm going to see Neath Circuit taken away by Legion of Carrots there, Sylvanas, Isis. That does mean Thor is available here. Will Legion look to take it? DJ Pernicus has a good Thor.
He does have a very good Thor.
Gauze. So, will we see it?
Puch picked up first for Legion of Carrots there. Aduro highly favoring this god, so Team SoloMid has the option of Athena and Thor early on, but we've seen different looks out of Team SoloMid so far. We haven't seen a lot of the Thor coming out of Gars. He's really liked, well, pretty much everyone else, and it's always funny when you think about Gars, right? Because you always think about Thor. But with him, Hunbats is so good.
His Hunbats is good. I mean, to be honest, the Gars just in the jungle in general is fantastic. One of the top 3 junglers in N8 quite easily. This Thor pick, though, I expected this because of the Alpwash. Alpwash has a lot of damage potential, but no mobility. And one way to bring him down, CC chain him to hell and back. Athena Thor, that's what they do. Yeah,
Alpwash doesn't exactly have the mobility on his side, but the big thing is, if Alpwash can somehow find an early kill, early 2 kills, the dream. Anytime Gars tries to dunk on him, he's just going to get exploded. Alpwash is going to say, yeah, I don't care about the Norse gods, get out of here.
But then they've got Athena following it up with the taunt if they require to, with the Defender of Olympus as well, so some extra protections there. But checking out Legion of Carrots here, we're going to see Hunbats more than likely in the jungle for DJ Pernicus there, and Medusa also picked up for the duo lane. So generally, when we see a Medusa in the Hunter role in the duo lane, we normally see the enemy AD carry go for a Devourer's Gauntlet, just because the poke is so strong from her.
Yeah.
So it kind of switches up the builds a bit too.
Yeah, unless there's like an on her or Neath, and then you can kind of see the Heartseekers kind of come out going up against Medusa. But for the most part, yeah, you're right. Dev Gloves are normally finished out, and Janus will be picked up. So the exact opposite of Alpwash. He has extreme mobility, and early on, he doesn't exactly have huge burst damage because through space and time kind of hits soft, but it's where he lacks in damage, he picks up in mobility.
That's right, but he takes longer to get online in damage just because he'll go for full cooldown reduction mainly. Choose a focus.
That's what we've seen.
Kind of standard.
You know what I have been loving though is the Doom War pickup before the CDR boots.
Yeah, well that really helps the Janus for the mid harpies start right there around there. He actually gives them some little extra penetration power, especially with those through space and times as well. But Caliban phase coming through, we saw Geb banned away by TSM there. Not a real surprise. They don't want to give them too much. Basically, what they're looking to do here is make sure Puch is isolated as much as possible. And Geb would give the shields that will help keep Puch alive.
Yeah, so Legion really has Bacchus. You know, they could pick up. Maybe Sobek. Ymir's definitely an option as well. But now it seems SoloMid will look to draft here. Divios is their solo laner. Everyone knows this now. And on the order side, you do have the counter pick. So most likely this is going to be Snoopy's God picked up here. And he has his pick. And Xbalanque will get acquired here, which means that, well, at some point in the game, Snoopy will start trucking the enemy team.
Yep, well, he will eventually. I mean, we'll see how early they can get that one going for them. I'm really interested where they're going to go with the support here, because you mentioned Ymir there, you mentioned Bacchus, and they're really looking for something to just protect Puch at the front line.
Yeah, it can't be Ares. It could be Ares, but...
Well, Ares is very, very good against all 4 of those gods on TSM, so that call's not too bad, Gandhi. The problem is that it's not a front...
Yeah, there's just no peel.
Exactly.
There's no peel. I mean, the change will slow him down a bit, but that's really about it. And Odin gets picked up here, so we could see a solo Odin. No. So a support Odin. Now, really, the idea behind this is, well, Team SoloMid doesn't have anyone who can jump through the Odin cage at this point, besides Thor, with his Mjolnir's attunement. So Odin jumps in, traps him in the cage, following up with the Hunbats, Fear No Evil, and then Puch empties the crypts, and everyone is slowed and dies.
Well, look at the team. Athena cannot escape the ultimate from Odin.
For sure.
Neither can Janus, and neither can Xbalanque. The only one that can so far is Thor. So it's not a really bad pickup this for the for the support role of Odin. The wave clear as well with Medusa and Odin. That clear is going to be insanely fast against the Athena Xbalanque. That Bellona pick though, she got all the way through. But I know, I've heard Divios mention this multiple times, that Bellona in lane, in the solo lane, isn't that strong early on. And against a Hades, this could hurt.
Isn't that shocking though, that their scrim partners are Cloud9 and Omega just crushes with Bellona in the solo lane? It's odd to hear that Divios would kind of not favor Bellona, but I guess if you lose enough scrims or you see the idea behind it enough, you have to draft it in this scenario.
With him drafting it here, what he's saying is that I don't mind falling behind in lane, that's fine, but I'm going to try and be there for the team fights and make my big plays for the team fights with this Bellona. They're looking for a big group in the team fight early on. A Legion, I don't think they're going to get anything though, is when you look at their composition, what hard peel do they have? Sorry, hard CC, rather.
Yeah. Well, they'll at least scare them a bit, but the other big thing about the Bellona here is everyone's going to say, oh yeah, Medusa very strong, but Hunbats, right? He throws an ability, he auto-attacks. He's trying to crit every single time. So you disarm him as soon as he jumps and overhand smash. Okay, cool, yeah. You can't attack. There goes your big damage.
Yep, and the one thing I do like about Legion's composition is we talk about the Puch. He's new to the game. He's the newest god to be allowed to be played in the SPL. Seen him a couple of times. We saw Jerby play him for enemy as well. It didn't work out as well as he wanted. He got a triple kill on it, though.
It was weird with the whole Puch.
But this time, they've got 4 gods there on his team that are all about CC control. Petrify and Medusa. They've got the Fear on Hades as well. And then they've also going to have Hunbat's Fear No Evil and the Odin Ring. It's multiple things that are going to keep... They've got to keep peeling for him.
Well, Puch has had an interesting time so far in the SPL because it went first week, oh my god, I can't believe we're allowing Puch to be in here. He's so strong. And then he gets played, and he gets dumpstered, and now we're starting to see him back. Where do you rate him?
Where do I personally rate him right now? I think his damage potential is very, very high, but he needs a composition behind him. He's not one of these gods that is just going to be able to carry solo. I mean, if he 1v1s in the mid lane and kills Janus early, fine, he can technically carry, right? Yeah. But if it goes even as you expect at SPL levels of play, what you're expecting is that he's going to get focused down. The junglers are going to be trying to focus him. Thor is a perfect example of someone that will try and go in for him. We saw Bastet picked against him as well. Jump in, poke him down, kill him, get out again. This is the other version of the jungle that should be good against Puch, which is the hard CC, the dunk of the wall.
Here's that new coming out from Team SoloMid. They come in with very, very fast clear, which Thor and Bellona do have together. They shove the wave, they go and they hit back harpies, and now will return to lane, and they might lose out on a couple creeps here, but Legion might be in a position where they might try to force this fight. Blight has been applied twice here onto Divios, as the auto attacks from Hades will hit him directly in the face. And, well, Words as Weapons is playing Divios' notorious god so far here in Season 2 versus him. That's a pretty big statement.
Well, I mean, Hades is a safe god as well, right? He doesn't really lose lane against any opposition, and that's one of the best
That's probably the best point you got.
When you think about the fact that he's coming in, he's stepping in and plays it well played against Divios, people rate him as like the second at the moment in North America in terms of solo laners.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to go against him. What do you pick? Well, you pick something that you can't really lose lane on. Let's just go with Hades and look to sustain and farm.
But Bellona versus Hades, I mean, Hades has this full clear, and Bellona kind of not relies on Hand of the Gods, but it definitely helps her a bunch because she's just going to get feared out of the bludgeon.
Yeah.
So how is she going to handle that?
Well, she's got to be very, very careful with it. Nice bit of poke there, actually, coming out on to the Hun Batz. DJ Pernicus took a little bit. He'll be fine for the time being. They're just going to hog those down.
They're going for this.
They're not going to hit level 5 just yet, though. They're both level 4. This is a dangerous play from DJ Pernicus. A bit of lower mana here, too.
He might get killed here. DJ Pernicus hits the jump, double tap just off the mark. Tectonic Rift off to the side as well. And Aduro's going to try to turn this one. Overhand smash will bring him down low. And that one almost got ugly. Rule number 1 in video games, never chase.
Was a messy fight, actually, because like if Degar's actually landed his ability, the double tap in the walls, that was death for DJ Pernicus.
Well, it was just like one of those awkward times where when you're Thor and you're not sure where they're going to go because they have so many options.
Yeah, I mean, credit to the way DJ Pernicus played it too. He didn't use his abilities. He juked around for the most part, tried to keep himself mobile and just make it more difficult for Degar to be able to land that double tap, which honestly probably would have spelled death.
Yeah, I think it's more of a story of DJ Pernicus just tricking Gars than anything else.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of felt that way more than anything. It was less about Degar's misplaying with the double tap. It's not necessarily the easiest ability or the hardest ability.
Free hand double taps are one of the hardest things in this game to hit.
They can be at times, certainly. I mean, we're going to see the Harpies split, though, in the mid-camps now, so nothing too exciting for either team so far. TSM, Legion, both rotating well, and I'm waiting for the first team fight, because this Odin, Batz, Puch combo, when he empties the crypts, this could be disgusting to catch someone.
Yeah, it will be very hard for them to deal with it, and there is early beads here on Janus, but that's really about it, so luckily Gars does have a decent amount of mobility in his kit with Thor. But at the end of the day, he still has to play it very cautiously here. But I'm very excited about Aduro here. I mean, this is the dream for Puch. He's got all the setup, and we've touched about it enough. But really, if he has the good positioning in these team fights, it's going to change everything. And lingering off to the side is going to be DJ Pernicus. They might look to go for this.
Oh, they're definitely looking. Paydivion's trying to keep them off, and they can see Team SoloMid know something's up by the way Odin's positioned himself. They might not have a ward on DJ Pernicus. They see him now, though. And a little bit of poke out from Degar's there. He's not going to use his ultimate for that. I don't expect DJ Pernicus, but he's taking a lot of poke for free.
Well, there's Fear No Evil. In comes the Odin ring as well. The crypts have been emptied. Aduro trying to get the first blood here. Ionic might fall, and he is one hit away. Aduro gets the first blood. Puch barely missing, but Gars comes crashing down. And Dawn is good. The double tap is better. He even teleports to it and hits the Tectonic Rift. Are you kidding me, Gars?
Oh, it doesn't manage to get the kill, though. And there's a Petrify coming out from Panda Cat. Going to try and bring down Puch with the in-hands. Dot damage is applied, but Defender of Olympus is there to just release the damage a little bit. 2 for 1. TSM come out on top thanks to that dunk from Degar's.
Panda Cat was 1 auto attack away. Well, probably ends up being 2, right? But 2 auto attacks away from just walking out with the dream. He's just sitting there like, well, guys, I got a double kill early on. Medusa, I've hit mid-game. Curtains.
And here's the thing with Panic Cat as well. We discussed this during picks and bans. He's gone for that Heartseeker. He's got great poke damage. This forces Snoopy into Devour's Gauntlets. It means his mid-games, his early game doesn't come online as quick for the Hunter because he's going to go for the extra sustain. But Panda Cat's burst damage is going to be insane during these team fights. And Snoopy going to be a little bit better on the sustain, but not burst.
Aduro making sure he absorbs all of the experience here, and he will contemplate leashing on, but with the lane pushing up into the mid, it's better for him to stay here and soak up this than really branch off and leech anything from the speed buff. He was going to get no real gain out of that.
I really like what Legion have done here with their composition, honestly. I think this is a perfect way to play Puch and abuse him to his maximum potential. Having Odin, they basically picked Puch first, and I'm surprised that TSM didn't really think about where the possibilities of this... obviously, they should know that people are going to pick Peel to help him out. And the Odin pick was just perfect, because the first 3 picks that came out of TSM were like, well, none of you guys can really do anything against this.
It feels like the first really true team comp, right? Like for Puch.
For a while, yeah. I mean, I mean, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I keep saying I need to stop that, but Odin basically...
If you say something, you gotta mean it, bruh.
I really do mean it.
Taunt hits.
He's got
Athena, he's got the dash, but Panda Cat being low on mana. In the mid lane, though,
Crips.
Empty the Crips are out as well. DJ Pernicus will live, and the Puch will get some protection from Defender of Olympus as Divio's now pushing up. He's waiting on the cooldowns here, but he is in a Legion of Carrots sandwich, and he is just going to wail away with his hammer. Ultimate coming down from Words' weapons as DJ Pernicus overhand smash will hit.
Good
Shield
shot.
bash hits as well. Bludgeon gets all the way off guards, gets another kill, and oh my, look how low he is. What does he have, 10 health?
Re-engage from Divios there with the Eagles. Rally was fantastic to pick up the kill as well. Now you're going to see the rotation in from DJ Pernicus again, but they basically both initiated and then counter-initiated, then re-initiated, then counter-initiated again, so it went backwards and forwards. Unfortunately, I think Weapons just missed that ultimate a little bit too much. He went in for the play, didn't find it. The disengage happened.
That's one of the hardest team fights. That's one of the hardest things about being a pro, I should say right there, is trusting your teammates in order to win those fights. Because Divios was low that entire time, and Sacred Monkey, it hits. He teleports to it, and he will pay with his life, but he did get the kill. And I think that's actually almost more of a win for Xbalanque because that gives him one stat on his passive.
Not really, because Medusa got the kill, and she also pushed a half a minion wave into tower, if not more there. So that's a few more stacks that are going to fall behind in favor of Xbalanque in that lane. And that just means it's going to take him longer to get those stacks up on Snoopy for the full Devour's Gauntlets. And being away from wave, what can Medusa do? She can go back and buy too.
Yeah. The one thing that is nice is that he didn't decide to go into a Heartseeker, right? So it's not like he loses half his stacks. He still has those permanent stacks. So it's not like Xbalanque is in too hard of a spot.
No, it's an interesting trade between the two, though. Divios versus Words of Weapons, though, not surprised to see how this lane's playing out. He's basically a farmer for the most part. Divios just trying to survive. Well, not really survive now. He's actually be able to put the beating back down there. I'm not sure where he's going to go with that Cudgel right now. He could go for Frostbound. He could go for Runeforged. I think Frostbound might be the call here.
Frostbound's probably a little bit better for him just because there's too magical on the team. And Divios forced to Eagles rally out defensively. Fear No Evil follows it up.
Well.
Divios still there. He's got Defender of Olympus, and well, they stop that fight from happening, and he misses through space and time. And that's what Athena does. It's all about tempo control.
DJ Pernicus turned up late. That extra little hour in bed or whatever happened to him has really paid off for him so far. These rotations have been great for him. He's been everywhere on the map. When he's got himself caught out of position, he's juked himself well to get himself back in a better position and not giving up many kills. He gave up like 1 kill so far. Sorry, 2 kills, but he got himself the assist on the duo lane. Forces Xbalanque away, and the plays in mid lane have been good too. Good rotation for Divios. It's a shame, though, they don't manage to bring him down.
Yeah. Not a single Gold Fury has even been attempted so far in this game. Taunt hits as well. Pain Devion just ultimates on the side. Words' weapons is here for the follow-up. Bionic will be taken out.
You can't get through that pull. He will barely, but guess who's waiting in the wings? It's Panda Cat with the in-hand just to bring him down. And there you go. There's a Gold Fury call.
Yeah, here's the Gold Fury. Snoopy lingering off to the side, and, well, Aduro will gladly poke him out, as they will be able to secure the first Gold Fury. So Legion not just going toe-to-toe with Team SoloMid, but they also have a lead. And Divios coming out here trying to assert dominance as guards will come down. They were looking for a little bit more than that, but they come up a little bit shy.
Yeah, just got away with weapons there as well. 0-1-2 he is at the moment, level 10. He's doing all right for himself. Looks like he's working on the Warlock Sash as his next item. Obviously, he just wants to be a tanky front line to just keep himself up there. Bit of poke on to Pain Devion there. Nothing too much to write home about for the time being. And you're right, it's going to be that Frostbound hammer on Divios coming out here.
The one thing for Team SoloMid that they do have to worry about just a little bit with their team comp is their team comp kind of relies on all-inning in these fights. I mean, you have the Thor, you have the Bellona, as well as Athena, right? Like, these are 3 gods who want to be up in the action, which is exactly what Legion wants them to do. To
an extent, I mean, yeah, that's kind of what they want to do, because if Legion can catch them out with the 3 ultimate combo of Al Puch on top of the Odin ring, and then they've still got Batz there with the Fear No Evil if they need it, that's their whole composition and how they're going to play this one out. And then they've still got to deal with Panda Cat, who keeps picking up kills because of his rotations.
Dude, Pain Devion actually able to secure that speed buff for his team, which DJ Pernicus is definitely happy about. 10 minutes, you definitely want the speed buff there, and Panda Cat forcing Snoopy out there, who's very low on mana.
He's also low in stacks. I think he's at 56 right now. He could have been a little bit higher, but he struggled because of the way these rotations have worked out so far. For 10 minutes
and that's really how it's going to end up happening for him, though. I mean, Medusa, this is where she shines.
Well, she does shine now, but the thing is, these Devour's Gauntlets are nearly finished, and then he can continue working towards more than likely execution, which we see out of most of the hunters who go for the Devour's Gauntlets, sort of last season-esque before the Heartseeker changes. And then we'll actually see Snoopy come online a little bit more. I mean, he's got 1 assist, 1 kill so far because of that dive by DJ Pernicus. And if he can just keep going, he's getting through that danger phase now, you know?
The one thing Snoopy can be happy about is that Gars has really allowed them to segue into the mid-game very easily. He's 3-0-1. He's got some gold lead over top of DJ Pernicus. He's got his Jotuns done as well as Beads 1, and that's really the strength of Thor in pretty much any team comp is, oh, we need to get to mid lane, or get mid-late game? Okay, we'll draft Thor.
Yeah, well, he's 3-0-1 Degars right now at the moment, with Jotuns finished as well. Check him with Paid DV as well. I do like the fact he's gone for the Blink. You generally do see Blinks on Odin. Sometimes you'll see Shells and Weakening Curse based on the composition, but Blink here just gives him another chance to initiate. And talking about initiations, DJ Pernicus was thinking about actually forces the ult there from Athena.
Bird Bomb is down here for Pain Devion, so they're going to have to wait on this to come back up, which will be about 5 seconds. And it's really no time as the lane will actually push up. And DJ Pernicus, he's really looking to engage in this. And
well, Pain Devion does have that blink, as I just said, keep an eye on it. If he just blinks and rings, there we go!
Odin rings here. Empty the Crypts is following it up. Fear No Evil's there as well. Ionic will probably pay with his life, but he actually is able to dash out of that one.
No, he will not pay with his life. Preemptive strike, he used it well. He waited patiently for that ring to come off cooldown before he actually get left that as well, and did a good job of surviving there. So 3 ultimates down, and now it's a chance for TSM to re-engage.
Well, Hunbats falls through the portal. Berserker Barrage is there. There's no jump. Only overhand smash, and he delivers it. Eagles Rally comes in. Divio swinging for the fences.
But on the backside,
he has one.
Panda Cat takes out Snoopy, and he's still trading off with 2 A's.
He hit the disarm on him, though.
Ionic comes in. 1-for-1 trade. Devios is surrounded now as the Wielders weapons using the ult to bring down another one. A deicide for Legion of Carrots.
Yeah, Devios did the best he could, right? He turns, hits the disarm like a fencing instructor onto Panda Cat. And then he still manages to get the kill.
Panda Cat did work in that fight. He came on the backside as that whole fight was going on. His team were getting focused after their ultimates were rolling cooldown. Turns up with the Petrify, bursts down the back line, forces Devios to collapse back, and allows his team to re-engage and secure the deicide. Really good play from the team.
So the bodies drop here as Adura will now just blow him up. Just a little Puch tips and tricks for you out there. Very surface level stuff there, but it's the little things that really help you clear it just that much faster.
It really is. He's also taken Chronos Pendant as well. Generally, what I've seen out of a lot of our Pushes, they like the full cooldown reduction, just so they can over-sustain by picking up those bodies.
But he went into Shoes of the Magi, though.
He did this time round. I'm going to see where he goes with this, because generally I normally see full cooldown reduction. I guess he wants that extra burst damage from it. Also, the other reason he's probably done that is because mana is a big issue on our Push in the early game.
You can say that twice.
Magi will allow you to actually get that little bit of additional mana, which will allow you to sustain a little bit more too.
I'll tell you what, I love Warlock Sash on him because he's already going to be at target, so you get the mana as well as you get the health as well as the power. And it's so easy for you to clear out. But I mean, isn't it the story for all mages?
Well, on top of that as well, Warlock Sash, because of the fact that you can pick up those bodies off the floor, what that means is he actually gets percentage health and mana back. So if you've got a bigger health pool and mana pool, you're technically getting more health back too.
Pain Devion losing about half his health there from just the poke. Catches an Unstable Vortex and a Berserker Barrage. As Divios now is in a 1-on-2. He gets feared out. He's really trying to chase down DJ Pernicus.
What's going on left is a Gold Fury started already by TSM. This is a great call from them because Divios is keeping them busy here, Gandhi. They're trying to make sure they keep off the Legion. Know what's going on, but there's a big taunt.
Taunt hits, poison darts as well, and now they turn around with the Medusa ultimate. Rings there as well. Ionic in a lot of trouble. Aduro is playing fantastically here. The crypts have been emptied at the perfect time, but on the backside, it's Gars versus DJ Pernicus, and he's in trouble, as now Pain Devion is going to basically just solo out Divios here. He's got help from Words' weapons, and now Divios will retreat with his life, but I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out here. And look at that damage,
help him bring him down, yep.
What a player Aduro is, man.
Aduro has a lot of damage. That's the big key. Honestly, you're giving credit to Aduro here. Mine is to the CC chain that keeps coming out.
That's that too, right?
Like, it's okay to throw down crypts and be like, I press 4, but your teammates are CCing them to keep them pinned in there. Like, the whole of Legion of Carrots are playing fantastically this game. They're really starting to put pressure on TSM.
I'll tell you what, it's not so much that it's easy to just hit 4, it's to see something get executed with the thought process behind it. That's what I'm excited about, because you always see things like that where it's like, okay, I'm going to Odin ult, and then you're going to Vulcan ult, and then we're going to just do everything else.
And it happens in unison, and it actually works, and you're like...
And that's what we've been seeing. That's why I'm so pumped for it. So Aduro with his position, I mean, he's going up against a team who can pretty easily get to him, but his team is doing such a good job at providing this front line for him.
It's about 6,000 gold there. We can see it on the screen. Just under 6,000 gold, 6,000 experience as well. At 15 minutes in favor of Legion of Carrots. They've done a great job so far in this game. Their composition's working for them. And it's going to be down, for me, it's going to feel like TSM need to get to late game, get Xbalanque full build. And then they're looking as well for Puch to get himself online with some more damage now. Because Puch at the moment, he won't be top of the damage. You can see actually he's way far down, 4.6k.
He's had a party in his mid lane, to be fair.
He has.
A Legion of Carrots have opened up a tent.
I potentially see a combat blink coming out from Puch as well on this Janus, just to get him out of the ring.
Does he really need all of that escape, though?
Well, generally, this is what happens against an Odin. The gods in mid lane, there's only really Scylla that can escape an Odin, right, from the mid lane most of the time.
Yeah.
Everybody else generally has to go into combat blink to deal with it. And this is where the limitation of Janus is that if you can't get to a wall to portal through it, you're going to have a bad time if you're stuck in that ring with the crits there, too.
Yeah. It's true. So it has to be a combat blink, which means he's got a 180-second cooldown after using it once.
If he does choose to go that, I mean, he doesn't have to, but he's just got to position perfectly. And he's not positioned badly. It's just they've been very good at the engages Legion of Carrots to pin him in every single time.
Now, Odin, every time we see an Odin, we always go, oh, he falls off at like 20 to 25 minutes, but that's normally when we see him in the jungle.
Well, he got changed a little bit, so he doesn't fall off as bad as quickly. He still falls, but at the same time, he's still going to be very, very useful throughout the game, because this ring, with the combination of skills that they've got, he's going to be doing what he needs to do, Gandhi. He's going to be a front line, he's going to be a terror up against him, because they're always scared of the ring initiation.
Ethereal Staff has been finished here for Hades, which this is exactly what we see out of almost every Hades. It's Ethereal Staff and the Breastplate of Valor.
Because it gives you everything you really need. You need health from the Ethereal Staff. You don't have to stack it either. It's like a weaker version of Warlock Sash, technically. And then Breastplate of Valor just gives you the cooldown reduction to spam your abilities a little bit more, lower those spears down. And we might see it engage on the left-hand side here.
Yep, in comes Gars, and Defender Olympus is down, as well as the Thor ultimate. And now Pain Devion might look for a counter initiation here. Words' weapons has teleported in.
They wasted Athena ult here, and Pain Devion could initiate with the Fear No Evil and the ring as well.
Well, Devios is even here for this fight.
This is a good fight for Legion of Carrots to take.
Yeah, this is a 5-on-5 here, and it's right around the tier 2. Now, keep in mind, as soon as this ends, depending on how long it is, I mean, there's 2 minutes for the Gold Fury. If Legion of Carrots wins this, they're really just going to be looking to take the objective.
In the jungle, though, there's a bit of a trade between Devios, and Devios is actually winning that one out. Fear No Evil has been used through space and time from Puch connects, and in comes reinforcements.
Snoopy jumps away there. Panda Cat focusing him out, as now Devios will retreat directly into the mid lane, and he might look to go directly back in. He still has Eagle's Rally. That's important to note here. Ionic charged up, preemptive strike. He's looking for the dash. He's got it on 2. Beads forced out.
Double beads. Both of them use beads there. All they've got to do is just hold. I think Legion of Carrots should disengage now. They wasted beads on 2 of the main damage dealers. If they get picked here, it's going to be trouble, and that's what TSM are looking for.
Look at Gars. He takes him to the sky here. He wants to get the stun down. It's all on Aduro. Aduro has to try to get out of this one. And, well, he's not doing that. Panda Cat now in a lot of trouble. 5 members of TSM swarming him. Words' weapon is the next guy. Falls through the portal. It's a slippery slope. He's going to ultimate, and he will be taken down. Team SoloMid holds strong, and now we have ourselves a game.
There's good news for Legion of Carrots there, right? The Gold Fury's still down for another 50 seconds, which is great, because otherwise it would be Pain Devion versus the world, basically, and trying to get that one away from them. They've got 2 Gold Furies for themselves. The mistake there from Legion of Carrots was after that taunt, they forced 2 beads out onto Legion of Carrots. They should have disengaged immediately. They hung around a little bit too long, and TSM realized it and went, yo, we can kill them all here.
It's also a lot of the fact that, well, they take out DJ Pernicus, and that's really been the difference in these team fights is here comes the Odin ultimate, then empty the creps, and then DJ Pernicus has so much time. He can decide to go into the back lines, or he can just run in and fear no evil, but with the Fire Giant started up.
A call coming out from TSM here. I don't think Legion of Carrots has a clue this is going on, because they were all so low, they expect him just to base and come back to lane, probably set for the Gold Fury, and DJ Pernicus is going to walk up and find out the Fire Giant is dead. TSM with a fantastic choice in play.
TSM known for as soon as they have a lead or as soon as they're crawling back into this, and even despite that Fire Giant and that team fight win, they're still down 4,000 gold.
They are, but this Fire Giant will buy them some time now. They can fight this next Gold Fury, take this one away, and probably make this even, Gandhi. Because this next fight with Fire Giant, don't forget it gives you regenerative stats throughout the whole engagement, and they could look to fight the gold, unless Legion get it first.
Yeah, this is a lot of global experience, which Hades will definitely be happy about. Gars hits it. That's going to be Medusa ultimate. Legion does have it. DJ Pernicus, overhand smash is good. Ionic trying to escape. He can't. Aduro gets another kill. Gars in the middle of 4 members of Legion. He's going to back him up with Tectonic Rift as the wall will be good.
Really good play from Legion of Carrots there. They all get out with their lives intact. They don't continue the fight against a Fire Giant team. They get the objective, though, in the Gold Fury. Maybe they'll lose the Tier 1 tower in mid here to TSM, but the good news is they've already taken down the mid themselves anyway, so they're not losing too much.
Obsidian Shard has been finished for the Puch here, giving him a good amount of power spike as well as penetration, but even with that, he's not hitting in the ballpark like Aduro is hitting.
Not right now, no. And on top of that, what you have to see with Aduro as well is a lot of sustained damage. Janus is a lot more about burst, you know, the unstable vortex hit, the portal hits, that's all the damage. But Puch, on the other hand, lots of regular damage coming out.
Words as weapons now trying to find out where exactly Divios is going. As Divios really just getting all up in the jungle as Gars throwing down the walls. And this is the one thing we've seen a lot out of Gars is just these tectonic rifts over the wall when people aren't expecting it and followed up with the double tap. I mean, he's so good with this god. He's just so fluid.
Yeah, I mean, Dugaz just knows the god inside and out. He knows when he can do things and when he can't, when to disengage and when to stay in the mid lane. We've got a big engagement. The rings are out, and so are the crypts.
Ionic trying to run away, trying to peel for Snoopy there, who's in a one-on-one, and Panicat plays it perfectly. Ionic trying to run away. DJ Pernicus says, where do you think you're going? Gars comes crashing down. The peel was good. Ionic's dodges are better, but Aduro will clean him up. Now it'll be Gars and Divios again. Divios, Eagles Rally, just fighting it all. He wants Aduro. He's got the sustain here. Gars is going to be there to help him out as well.
And the heavy hammer as well. He's going to do lots of work to that one too. They can just go back into Gars with the cooldowns. Comes in with a spin. Then disengages from Legion, and Divios once more going to chase with the bludgeon. Connects, followed by the wall, followed by the double tap as well. Good sustain coming out from Words as weapons, but he's going to go down, turn a Berserker Barrage, and now they want Pain.
Next, dude. Pain's going to try to jump away, and Divios says, oh, by the way, I have a shield bash. And somehow a fight that started off so fantastically for Legion ends up in favor of TSM. And I'm going to give it credit to one thing. Divios and Gars play damn near every day together.
They do, and Dugaz played that. Dugaz played that even better than Divios, because all Divios did was, I'm going to press my buttons and whack on people's faces. And Dugaz disengaged to avoid taking damage, waited for his cooldowns, and went, all right, buddy, I'm coming back in again. Let's clean them up. And that's exactly what they did. Swing the fight around completely. TSM here, they had to wait for this mid-late game. Like I said, they have to get people online. And, you know, Divios, Dugaz doing great work for them. Full penetration coming out.
Yeah. Titan's Bane has been finished as well as Runeforged Hammer, but the item I want to touch on here is Shifter Shield. Now, Shifter Shield, this was an item that was always in every single Thor build in Season 1. It's just what you did. You get physical power, you get protections, both magical and physical. But in Season 2 so far, we've kind of seen Thor's kind of deviate away from it, but I mean, Gars is going back to it.
Part of the reason is because Medjai's took some small changes to it as well. It got more expensive.
Yeah, it got a 15-second nerf as well.
Yeah, it got a nerf as well, and it's more because of the expense of it as well. It's like, oh, do we really need it here? Well, I can stay in the fight with the physical gods that they're dealing out. As long as Puch isn't there, I'm golden pretty much.
Yeah. Gars walls off Pain as the taunt will hit as well, and the shield bash will hit, and now Eagles Rally forced out. Well, not Eagles Rally. That was
but left
Odin
hand side, Snoopy's getting some free farm as the rest of TSM are actually zoning them out in the jungle. This tier 1 tower is going to go down. Pandacat cannot defend that one here. And keep an eye on Legion of Carrots though, because they may look for an engagement. Talking about that, Divios is going in.
Yeah, Eagles Rally already down. Aduro now empties the crypts. Divios right up in the middle of it. The bludgeon has been feared out, and now look at the Hades. He's sucking them all in. Pandacat now hitting every auto as Aduro will clean it up one more time. Pandacat spots Snoopy. It's another one-on-one until Thor comes crashing down. He's on the backside. He spots Aduro, and how does he do that?
I don't know, but there's the Rising Jaguar. Not going to actually find the kill with the poison onto Aduro, unfortunately. Words as weapons, trying to zone them away again. Not going to continue committing. But every single time I think Legion's about to win the team fight, Dugaz dumps
Dude, what
in.
the hell?
Every time.
How did he hit that 360, 720 no-scope?
Every time. He's done it multiple times
in this game,
over and over again. You just think they've won the fight, and they don't. Every time. 19-19, 25 minutes in. The gold is relatively even right now. I believe it's like 1,500 difference between the two. And I'm looking at experience, even. We got a ball game.
I gotta say, I bet Legion really wish DJ Pernicus didn't miss that first game. They definitely.
They look so good.
They definitely want to go toe-to-toe with these guys.
Yeah, they do. They look
I
really
bet if they had 2 games to feel them out. Because keep in mind, I mean, Legion doesn't exactly play TSM in scrims because only Cloud9 does, right?
That's true.
So they have no idea what to expect. And to get this kind of results in the first game playing against them, they got to be happy, but you know they want that second game.
Well, the Fire Giant is available again. You can see TSM warding up for this one. Paydivion hanging in the area because his team weren't really around there to actually help out for the time being. I'm going to have to see how this one goes later on now because TSM, I feel they're going to start edging this one now, honestly. You can see the golden graph has just slowly trickled down back to even. TSM are doing work.
I'm not sure.
And I'm feeling, because if you watch Devios, he's going on outwash every time. He doesn't care about the others. He's trying to get to
them. Well, there's going to be one thing that changes in this next team fight. And, well, Aduro has finished Gem of Isolation, which now means empty the crypts. It gets a lot more annoying.
Degar's just double-tapped DJ Pernicus and Berserker Barrage and knocked him down to like 25% HP, and now he's running away. And you can see Gazi's just like going to swing around, make sure he goes all the way back. And it's TSM who are now controlling the jungle. Look at his ward placements, Gandhi. There's wards everywhere. Sentries all over the map on both sides. They want to own this jungle. They want to bait Legion into a bad fight. And at the moment, Paydivon's a little bit overextended here, and he might get caught.
Well, the taunt's going to hit as well. Divios now spotting 2 members of Legion. 3 people are going to poke him down, but with a Heartward Amulet, he's got so much health. Dude, Divios has insane amounts of health as guards will push in. And that's going to force Pain out, but he's got 400 from Frostbound and Rune for it. Dude, that's probably the most obnoxious Bellona
It is
build.
all blinking for Paydivion. There's the ring and there's the Inferno Weevil coming out too. Straight after it with the Hades up too. Snoopy is annihilated, but Pandacat also gets Boosh as well. Now they're looking for Degars.
Guards, Mjolnir's attunement out of this one. Divios now, he's in the middle of it all. He's got a lot of health, but I don't know if he has that much. And this Arthurian Guards comes crashing down. Berserker Barrage doing so much. He picks up one. Divios and Ionic trying to stay alive, but Duro makes him pay.
Legion win that fight badly because Degars is now out of mana as well. No ultimate available. Ionic's trying to live to defend the Fire Giant now. That's the key here. As Legion of Carrots are deciding what they're going to do, it looks like they're just going to go back to farming. They don't want to compete against Ionic on this Fire Giant.
That was like watching a superhero crash into a team fight, dude.
That was a 4-man dunk again. Like every single time. They actually
no hesitation,
They chased Degars out of the fight. They're like, okay, Degars is out of the engagement. And he's like, nope.
Sorry, guys. You have been punked by Ashton Kutcher. The Fire Giant gets started up for just a second, as they will now get out of this one. They did not have the damage to clear it up, as Aduro will gladly just push this soul lane, which that tower is still up. They're not really worried about that, as they have the tier 1 of mid and duo lane taken out. But you got to imagine that this next Fire Giant will definitely result in opening up a lot for one team, just because of the extra damage to the structures.
I do believe so as well. DJ Pedicus a little bit aggressive here. Not going to hit the double tap that time round, though. I'm surprised we don't see Snoopy potentially just go over to the left with Janus, which he is now, and do this goal for you, because they can just, through space and time over it, if somebody catches this out, you can abuse that to their advantage. Maybe they go for it now. They've got an opportunity to look at it, but Pedicus on the area.
DJ will rotate over there. But yeah, I mean, that's such a good point, because Snoopy does have dev gloves, right? And sometimes we don't see the Hunter necessarily started up with Heartseeker and Aussie.
Well, Heartseeker, you don't get the sustain off as much as you want to do the Goal Fury, and if you get picked off, you start doing it and you knock to half health because of it. You're not going to sustain back up and you can potentially die. But with Devour's Gauntlets, they have that as a possibility for them if they recognize it and think it's a worthwhile trade.
Well, TSM trying to zone them all out. Now, this is the footsies here. This is what DM loves to talk about. It's just trying to figure out what the enemy team's doing. And, well, the one thing that's nice for Mr. Ionic here is that he doesn't have a lot of Magi's to deal with. In fact, they got Odin's, and that's the only one on Legion of Carrots. So if he gets in a good spot for this taunt, yeah, sure, he's going to pop the beads, and there's 3 readily available, but he's going to be fine to just reset again in 9 seconds.
And here's the call from Legion of Carrots. They're going to be the ones to do the goal for you. They've sent Pandacat over there alone to do that at the moment. He's going to get that for free. It's going to drop now any second. There we go. And now we might see that TSM will try and initiate because they're not there. But Legion, very, very wise, backing away.
Well, Payne just played that fantastic, right? He throws on the bird bomb and he was looking to engage just because one player was out of position. And TSM backed up because they didn't have an idea as to where the Medusa was.
For a 30-minute game, though, Gandhi, I've got no clue who's going to win this one right now. As a good taunt comes out, Unstable Vortex connects, but you can see didn't do much damage. He's still not got his Rod of Tahuti online. That's what he's working on next there. You can see that. He's got the penetration ready with the Obsidian Shard. Just needs to get the damage going.
Well, Ionic definitely wants to take out this Magi's Blessing before this Fire Giant comes up here. And Pain Divion knows that, so he's going to position himself accordingly. As you can see, Words' weapons. I mean, for a newcomer coming into lane against Divios, he has done amazing.
He's done what he needed to do, you know? He's done what he needed to do. He's not died multiple times. He's not given up easy kills to himself. And basically, when he's got to the team fights, maybe his ult's been a little bit late, but he doesn't need to do them straight away because of the combos.
Snoopy starting it up. Xbalanque ultimate has been triggered. Aduro now. Well, he's got a Thor crashing down on him. He dodges it perfectly. Eagles rally comes in. Divio's now looking for it. He takes out one. Panda Cat. He hits his ultimate, and now he will decide to poke. Hun Batz in the fight. He's looking for one. He's getting crits. Words gets one. And now Garz is swinging for the fences. He's in a lot of trouble, though. He needs help from Puch. Berserker Barrage doing a bunch, but look at Panda Cat.
Missed.
Perfect.
Oh, Puch missed the shotgun and didn't manage to find it, but Panakan gets the double kill. And you're only going to be able to see Ionic get out. Can Ionic get back in time is the question to defend it. Pain Divion on warding duty there. He's going to drop a deep ward to keep an eye out for it. This is going to take him a little while. This could be close. It could be close.
There's no way he can get into this. I mean, he can hit a taunt, but is the dream that real? There's his Magi's. He comes in. He's looking for it. He's got the taunt. He gets knocked up as well, and now he's waiting for Legion of Carrots take the Fire Giant. They're able to secure it, and they might get Ionic, but my God.
I told you. It was
you're right, dude. You're right. I forgot that Fear popped the Magi's, right?
It popped the Magi's. He can still preemptive strike in as well. They didn't have that much damage of only Panda Cat and a tanky Odin there. So it's going to be a lot for him to try and burst down.
If he didn't get knocked up by the Fire Giant, you better believe that he was in a spot to get it.
You always, this is the thing I hate. I play support a lot myself, right? And I hate the fact that I hate being the one on defense. When we're the one assaulting the Fire Giant, I hate it. I'd rather be the one with the chance of stealing it because you can't go wrong, right? So we're giving all the credit there to Ionic and like, come on, Ionic, you can do it because we all like steals, right? Fair. But the one thing about player, Pain Divion and the boys did very, very well to secure that one then. He didn't overdo it.
That wasn't
secured it, and that's an important
thing. The best part about that entire play was there was no misplay from either side.
Nope.
That was perfectly executed from both teams.
They did, and it was this game. I still can't call this game. I know the Fire Giant has gone over now to Legion, but there's only 3 members with it. It's Panda Cat, Words' weapons, and Pain Divion who have it. They don't have it on Aduro, and this is how the fights are breaking out now. TSM are focusing Aduro down. They're trying to pick him, and they get him at the start of the fight. They have to, agreed. Because if they don't, the wombo combo of rings comes out. You saw the ring with the
not even the wombo combo, right? It's, okay, Panda Cat, well, you got Lacerate, and I really hate dealing with that, trying to chase you down. And plus, as soon as you do that, you're going to get guaranteed poke on me because you're a ranged hunter. So I'm going to go for Aduro. But Aduro has opted into Combat Blink, and it's down for 30 seconds. And Team SoloMid's probably asking themselves, when did Aduro actually pop that Combat Blink? And they're trying to figure it out, right? But it's so hard to do in all the chaos because, you know, there's the Fire Giant taken. They have to take note of that timer, and they're trying to figure it out. So they're most likely thinking, okay, Aduro probably has Combat Blink. Let's take note of that. And that was the big difference in that beginning fight because Garz came crashing down right on him
around the combo blink
and missed because of the great play.
But Odin did a great job of disengaging. He realized he's got to bravely run away, right? He's got to bravely run away as fast as he can, deal out as much damage as he can, sustain, and buy his team time to reinitiate and re-engage and get the fight back in their favor. He did his job. He still died, unfortunately, but he did what he needed to do, which was lead TSM on a merry goose chase round for him so they could reinitiate and win the engagement.
Divios is fully slotted out here. 5, 5, and 11. He has the second most gold in the entire game, as he has Sprint 3 now, Executioner, Ikavul, Runeforge. I mean,
Sprint's so good.
The
reason Sprint's so good in this engagement, right, is because he's going to be able to use that Frostbound Hammer, chase after Aduro, slow him, Crips come out, press Sprint, immune to slows, continue whacking away at him, force Aduro away. That's how you deal with the outpush, empty the Crips, is get rid of the slows being effective against you.
And on top of that, I mean, a lot of the guys on TSM are going to have a hard time just because he's got a Gem of Isolation on it. I mean, it's going to be sticky.
Yeah, it is. It's going to slow them down incredibly. And if they get caught in a bad channel during the jungle, it could be an issue for him. But now we're going to see Legion with this Fire Giant try and siege up. Pernicus on the backside, clearing out a sentry ward there. It looks like we might see TSM give this one up. Just keep it on Ionic for taunts.
Well, I don't. Divios fears no man, as he will look for DJ Pernicus's blood in the mid lane, but he's rolling with his posse, so it's probably not going to happen. And TSM will gladly just...
Well?
Yeah.
TSM
wait this one out.
TSM are doing the right thing. They're making Legion force the commitment, and TSM are not overly committing just yet. Keep an eye on Ionic, though, because he's going to be looking for Panda Cat, because that's where the damage is to the tower, really, is on Panda Cat.
Disarm comes out. Divios now could be in some trouble here, but Wurge's weapons will get out of this one, and he took no damage from that. The strength of Hades, and
you know, a tier 2 tower. They're going to get a Goal Fury here. This is still a close game. Legion's not going to be able to win the game off this Fire Giant. I expected the team
There's no way.
I
mean, there's only 15 seconds left of it.
Yeah, they've not really been able to abuse it as much as they would have liked to. They do get a little bit of gold. They'll go back and finish items. But when you get to this stage of the game, Yandy, you start looking at full builds, right? And so gold doesn't really matter anymore.
Nope.
Levels don't really matter anymore.
Well, levels definitely don't.
Then it just comes down to team fights. It comes down to individual play, mechanics, team fights, and how you're going to communicate and make sure you're not out of position.
I'll tell you what's impressive is that Ionic's only one level behind, right? I mean, with all the sieging that Legion has done, it's next to impossible to find any kind of experience at all as a support.
The funny thing is, from what I've seen with Ionic, most of his deaths were during the earlier stage of the game, because every time we see the fights over, it's generally Ionic was the last one standing. He was the one that went for the Fire Giant.
Oh, hell, dude. Ionic, when I think of supports, I just think of, he's robotic, right? I remember back to North American Regionals, and ever since, he'll forever be one of the best supports, period.
I'm an EU boy. I never expected... I didn't know what the hype was about Ionic until I saw him at LAN.
No.
And I saw him at LAN, I was like, holy crap, the kid's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just that we don't get to see that often, and I'm more impressed with him as the more I get to see Ionic and his actual play style. It's fantastic. I like the fact he's got heavenly agility here as well. You know why? Why has he got heavenly agility? Talk to me again.
I'll Puch.
That's right, baby. See?
Don't you try to throw me under the bus here.
I'll throw you under a bus, and then I'll bring you back out of it.
You can just tell the people were waiting at their keyboards like, oh my god, this guy's so stupid.
I know, he's like, he don't know what he's talking about. Oh my god, what's he going to do next?
Well, speaking of, well, it actually has nothing to do with that in the slightest. Janus does actually have damage now. He's got Rada Tahuti. He's going to be looking to go into either Book of Thoth
or Soul Reaver.
It's a possibility.
With how the game is here, it's probably going to be Soul Reaver, but we've seen Book of Thoths before, and it won't surprise me to see that. He's still got one other item left as well, so he could go Book of Thoth, then Soul Reaver, blah, blah, blah.
It's probably Soul Reaver just because screw Hades and Odin.
The only thing I've seen out of Puch so far is that he's started to make sure his position is being a lot better.
That's big. Divios has disarmed so many people. The shield bash is good. His team's trying to get there, but Pain Divion has done such a good job at zoning him out that now Divios has to fully retreat. Rings out. Eagles rally defensively.
Goodbye, Snoopy.
Words his weapons is right there, and down goes Snoopy. Their hunter is down. Fire Giant has been procced as well.
Oh, Degaz did just use his ultimate. No, he didn't use his ultimate. Sorry, Ionic was channeling his Defender of Olympus to protect Snoopy, but Snoopy falls. It's a nearly a 60-second respawn right now, Gandhi. So every single death in this game is going to be a longer engagement. The only issue is they use a lot of ultimates for Snoopy's life here, and Degaz and Puch still have theirs.
One thing that is good is that Divios was able to get the Magi's Blessing off of Odin due to the disarm on Bellona, which is, well, pretty easy to hit. In comes Divios. He's right in the middle of it, looking for it. Guards. He comes crashing down. He connects with DJ Pernicus. There's Panda Cat in front of his face. The taunt's good as well. He secures one. Now he's on the hunt. Still looking. Beads popped preemptively. He's looking for DJ Pernicus. Wall good. Double tap just off the mark. Berserker Barrage. He's got that. Boosh. Now looking for it. Waiting on the threshold to come up. Unstable Vortex barely off the mark there. And, well, that's a kill on Aduro, and somehow Team SoloMid without the Hunter.
They turned that around 4v5. 4v5 was the engagement. The good news is Pain Divion's still alive, though. He's not the healthiest right now, but he does have those shields for the bird bombs.
Yeah, he's got the Magi's.
To go back in. Plus Magi's, like you just said. So,
this is big. He's got the dream here. He can do. Oh god!
It's a risk reward.
Puch, be careful, buddy.
No, Puch.
No, buddy.
Puch, that's
oh my god! Did he just?
He aegis it. He aegis it. He was dead.
Oh my god, Puch, you are so. You're scaring me, buddy.
They need Snoopy. They've got rid of the Magi's.
That's big. That's good. Magi's down, and Guards is just going. Okay, you know what, man? By the way, I'm 10-3.
They've got it now.
Yep.
They've got it now. Definitely secured. Degaz did a good job of zoning away there as well. Puch barely survives with his life, showing why he didn't go Combat Blink. He chose Aegis instead, just because of that Fire Giant. He knew that was coming.
That one, I'm sure that one got him a little bit freaked out there.
I think it freaked everybody out at home as well, of like, that's a mistake if that would have gone through. But 29-26, we're in now 40 minutes into this game. Fire Giant for both teams now. They've both had one, and this time it's going to be TSM's once again. 40 minutes in. This Could go either way still.
Can we just 1 second give the shout out to Aduro here for playing a Puch up to the fullest extent possible. He's 14, 5, and 7. He has 18,000 gold. If we could bring up player damage as well, I would love to see what he's doing here.
Not the Gars.
Okay. Gars has been crashing in like Daredevil.
We're trying to give some shout outs to the new god in the game. And what's the Gars in like? Thor still exists, you know, guys.
I mean, hell, 30,000 is nothing to sleep on.
On a Thor?
No.
That's huge.
A Puch, bro.
No, he's got like massive AoE. He should be doing like double that right now compared to the Gars. But the Gars looking for DJ Pernicus.
Oh, he took the port backwards.
Will you stop that?
Puch, how dare you? Taunt hits.
They do manage to pick him up. They're going to dive in with Eagles Rally from Devious as well. He's going to go straight on the back line to Panda Cat. Doesn't care last right, but the damage is good. Onto Devious, force him away. The ring is down from Pain Divion, but there's no follow-up.
Yep. And Aduro just stays super safe. They give up the tier 1, and this is looking like a very strong push from Team SoloMid, which could be the final push of the game here. They do have Fire Giant for another 2 minutes.
Well, it's 45 seconds on DJ Pernicus. There's not many ults available, but the Crips are online. Remember
Taunt's
that.
barely off.
He can zone them off for at least one more wave if they try and go in. Just keep an eye on Ionic. Ionic will be the one with the taunt. I expect to see him going for it.
Whew. Divios just getting poked out here. And Aduro, well, it's really up to him to clear this one out. Medusa's not going to be the one who's going to be in that spot. Now Snoopy taking a lot here. All of that. He's down to half, and he's going to try to lifesteal up.
They can't get the Phoenix because of it. The minions are all down. Yep. Snoopy got forced away. This was a good play from Legion to hold again. 10 seconds on DJ Pernicus coming up, and he's got that Fear No Evil. Good call from TSM, though. They're going to swing mid, look for the tier 2 instead. I think this is a better call. Take the gold that they can get now.
That's a teleport in here. Words as weapons. Ultimate comes down. A gets forced out from the Puch. Puch waiting for it. Through the wall he goes. Now they will look at Ionic, but we did already see 1 kill, and that's going to be on Snoopaloop.
They kill Snoopy off again. They wasted a bit for it, but it's a good play from Legion. They don't lose anything realistically in that. They kept the tier 2 tower in mid lane. If you look at the actual map right now, they're still up on towers as this one stands. The golden experience, well, it's not as important as you may see. Experience is actually nothing right now. Everyone's level 20, and gold is 7k. That's not that much when you're all full build, pretty much.
Yep. Pain Divion now pushing up. They're trying to turn this on him. The taunt hits too. Preemptive beads, and just like that, Panda Cat throwing down the damage, forcing guards out of this one, and he has been the silent killer here. I think that's 11 kills.
Pernicus went in too deep on his own, though he's not got back up from his team. He's got a juke out. He's not going to juke out. The burst on Puch is good. The wall was great onto Pain Divion, though, to make sure he couldn't dunk onto Puch.
That's Phoenix, though.
Well, that's the first Phoenix of the game.
First Phoenix at 42.59. Pain Divion, they're going for this. Ionic's in a great spot. There's no beads. Panda Cat in a lot of trouble. Down he goes instantly. Puch gets erased.
Well,
and Aduro, he's positioning is second to none.
Oh, but he's going to survive again. The portal does save him just as Puch does fall down. Ionic gets away from the portal. The Phoenix still stands. Snoopy coming back. Can he find the kills?
There's going to be one for sure. He's got Aduro in his sight. He cleans him up. Pain Divion trying to retreat here. Ionic goes, hey, Snoopy, I'm right behind you, buddy. Don't worry. We can keep pushing. But rule number 1.
Get 1 kill.
Don't chase.
1 kill. 1 Phoenix down. 33 to 30.
Health too. Was that 10%?
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's okay.
Everything's fine. Yeah.
Tis but a scratch. It's okay.
It's like that episode of Family Guy where Stewie gets the glass in his head. Yeah. And Brian's like, oh, dude, it's nothing.
It's a scratch. It's fine.
Throw some dirt on it, Brian.
I'm really disappointed we didn't get to see both these games today, because if this is one game, like, jeez, I would love to see the game too.
It's 33 to 30.
Everybody's full build as well right now. The Hunters, you can see Snoopy's actually just off getting his Deathbringer online here. I think he's just going to be able to farm up his last little bit. He needs what's he got in his inventory? 1500, yeah. Be going back for Deathbringer after that there. Once that speed buff goes down, that should be Deathbringer for him. We'll see him head back to base for that one momentarily. Well, he should at least.
Yeah. He doesn't even have full stacks on his passive yet either. He's only got 5 kills. He's looking for 1 more here. And at 44 minutes, you would be a fool to say that Snoopy is not going to be the player who's going to be targeted here by Legion.
Well, he kind of has been, if you've noticed, because he's the one that can get picked easily inside the ring.
Yeah.
And every time he's the one that's gone down first, generally, because he's the one to get picked. Puch, I mentioned Combat Blink earlier on Puch, but Puch went for the Aegis option, which is going to buy him time to just hold his position, wait for his portal to come back up, hope the ring goes down, or just portal the ground if he needs to. So the Aegis has worked out for him, and he saved him against a Fire Giant too.
Words as weapons. 6, 4, and 17 in his SPL debut. And, well, he picked a hell of a game to come in, and he has rose to the occasion, to say the very least.
The games today have been awesome, honestly. Right. And to round it out with this one, when I was like, oh, really? They got DQ'd in game 1? Oh, this sucks. This is going to be a terrible end to the... Wait a minute. We got a 45-minute, 33-30.
It really just shows a lot about Legion, because if one of my guys didn't show up for a game and we got DQ'd, I would be looking to F6 as soon as humanly possible in the next game.
Well, especially if you don't perform. But I mean, the composition's working out well for them. Their team plays worked out well. They've got the kills on the right gods. Adoro and PandaCat are the ones that have led the way, but that's beads forced on PandaCat early.
That's when.
And that could be an issue now, as Team SM could actually start to take control of the Fire Giant again.
That's a win, if I've ever seen one.
Both teams. They just. But the thing is, getting at this stage of the game, right? 45 minutes. Every team knows that one play, one mistake is game.
It's done, yeah. I mean, 65 seconds on the sideline is just it's too much to deal with. And now Gars taking out the bodies here, as now Aduro is just trying to throw him down as much as possible and just giving him more burst damage potentially. Sacred Monkey hits as well. Gars forced out, and the taunt will delay them just a bit. And Yannick still somehow has his Magi's Blessing, which is the dream.
Snoopy and Devios are a little bit caught. Devios takes a lot of poke for free there. Got to respect the fact that at full builds, DJ Pernicus is hurting now. He's not had the greatest scoreline so far in 2-11, but Deathbringer and Penetration online with the Titan's Bane and Reinforced Hammer for tankiness, he will hurt.
Yeah, he's also looking to get a couple more stacks here on his Transcendence. That's the big piece of the puzzle here. Gars is in the sky, though. He's looking to come crashing down. He's on Aduro. Nope. Forced out into the beads instantly. Fear No Evil was brilliant. Aduro now dodges it, and now the Combat Blink saves him. He will live to see another day. Poking away will be Aduro.
The Hunters. The Hunters need to go in. They need a front line so they can chase it and get the damage off. They're the ones with all the damage at this stage. Their in-hands will be wrecking faces completely, but everybody survives. Only PandaCat has an ultimate available, and Devios. Pain Devion, he's got to go in. The rest of his team are going to try and help him out.
Hit him with the disarm. Devios needs to disarm Pain Devion just to pop the Magi's here. The taunt's going to be good. Eagles rally just enough on the mark onto Aduro to clean him up. And now they don't have to worry about that, but the Fire Giant was still unable to be taken. 33-31 at 47-30.
The Fire Giant is so important right now for both these two teams. Now you're going to see Adoro dead for 62 seconds, though. TSM are going to start assaulting the Fire Giant one more time round. They've got Ward Vision here, but Legion definitely know this is up here. They're going to use their 3 men to group up, as Pernicus had to base here at the moment. As you can see, PandaCat trying to do what he can. No. He does jukes it out. Puch through space and time. One shot. Do not miss the chance to go. The rings come out, but are the rings good enough, Gandhi?
Look at Pernicus on the backside. Fear No Evil picks up one. Sacred Monkey. Gars now looking. He's like, well, where is this guy going to go? No more monkey business for you. He barely misses it, but Berserker Barrage will clean it up. And Team SoloMid, they take out 4.
Survives. It's going to be up to him to save the Fire Giant. The Gars was his zoning person last time round. Can he zone again? How long on that Magi's, boys? Is 30 seconds. He's going to have to just hold out. He actually pops his shield early to prevent some damage. Is he going to jump now? It's close. It's close. The taunt comes out. They're going to try and kill him instead. That's the question they're going for. He has to leap away.
They can't go for this now.
No, well, they can get the Fire Giant, and they're going to kill Pain Devion as well. But Adoro's alive, and the FG goes to TSM.
Now, Devios and the Puch will both not receive this buff of the Fire Giant, but they do have
They've got Snoopy with it.
Oh my god, that's a 3k pot for Devios.
No, is that? No.
Yeah, that's red.
That's the 400 one, I think.
No, that's purple. Oh wait, no, you're right.
That's magic and physical.
Stupid.
Gandhi! Gandhi, goddammit! We had you off Reddit for one damn day! One day without you being on Reddit, and look what you do! I'm sick of it!
Oh god.
No, it's a red part. It's a 400 part. It's not the big 3k elixirs.
I just got excited. I saw red.
I can understand.
You know?
Red is dead, yeah.
Yeah, red is dead.
Red is dead. 35-35, 49 minutes in the game. FG on 3 members of TSM. All Phoenix is still standing for Legion, though, and the one of TSM's did fall again during that whole engagement, Gandhi, so it's going to be a little bit more time for that one to come up. This game is still...
Is that a Soul Eater?
Not over.
Did Devios just sell things and pick up a Soul Eater and then a Midgardian Mayo?
Yep, he's changing up his build to work for the team now, because what did we discuss, Gandhi? This is no longer a Stanley game. This is...
I don't even know what the pots are, bro.
One mistake.
Clearly. So don't you tell me.
It's okay. It's okay. It was a pot, man. It wasn't that important. Jesus. Most of these people at home don't even know what wards are. At least in NA, I've been playing here recently. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, but Solita being picked up as well as Mid-Guardian Male here. This is all about being the team front line, okay? And he's also going to be provide extra sustain for his composition of the guards. He's going to get some sustain out of this, as is Snoopy. You need to keep him alive. Ionic with a good taunt, forces speeds and Aduro, and the assault's going to continue now.
You will now see Aduro play super safe. He has to pick his positioning ever so carefully. As the tier 2 in the mid will fall, they will now go over to the right lane and clear that one up. The jungle is completely taken from Legion. Legion can do nothing but sit back and watch this assault, and at 50 minutes with a Fire Giant, Legion needs the stars to align perfectly.
Now, I don't think Legion engage here. What they do is they just try and hold on as long as they can with this tier 2 tower, but give it up.
Just wait.
They need to give up the tier 2 tower and hold their Phoenixes, and then the next Fire Giant will be available. If they can hold the Phoenixes, we're back to square one of the Fire Giant dance one more time.
They have a minute and 40 seconds here of the Fire Giant. Pain Divion looking for it here. Divios comes in. He's going to be feared here. And look at his health. He just gets depleted. No. He's erased.
Legion are doing this well. The Gauze dunks in the backside looking for damage. But there's the Crips forcing the Gauze to actually use beads and jump away. Ionic disengages with the preemptive strike in the backside. You know who won that fight? Pain Divion ringed off 3 guys to get them from getting, stop them from getting him.
He gets it. They hold. Now, Garz.
Hunters.
Garz is looking at Hades right in the middle. Pain Divion's going to jump up. He doesn't have the cooldowns, though. Hades will now jump into the middle. Panda Cat gets one. Look at this. Panda Cat, he needs to be... Oh, look at that. He's just staying alive, dude. And Aduro comes in to try to hit the pokes, but he knows how hard it's going to be. The taunt hits as well. Down goes Panda Cat. Snoopy cleans that one up, and at this stage of the game, basically 2 auto attacks from Snoopy will kill him, and that was a brilliant job from Aduro. The taunt coming off cooldown. They're going to wait for it, and Puch will hit him with an unstable vortex. Maybe.
And then he picks up the... Down in time, preemptive strike comes out from Ionic. That is a full deicide of Legion of Carrots after a great engagement from them. Counter-engage, rather. But they're going to lose the Phoenix in the middle lane. The right tower still stands. And they can end.
Yeah. Unless they think the 35 seconds from Pain Divion might not...
Well, it's taking a long time for them to bring down that Phoenix as well, so they only get that. They're going to take the tier.
Oh, this is actually really smart to take down the tier 2. Give the Titan no health.
That's right. The Titan does lower health on every Phoenix and every tower def as well. You're right. They're going to take the right-hand Phoenix as well. Can they look to end here? They still can. They've got no minions pouring down middle lane because the fire minions were pouring up from Legion of Carrots. They do have a couple of minions with them now, though. And the respawn times.
Here comes.
There's still 10 seconds on Pain Divion. Can they end this game, Gandhi?
Well, it's at... Oh, my God. Yes, they can. Look at Snoopy.
Yeah, okay.
He's chugging this one. Yeah. Wow. Hell of a game. The ring comes out from Odin here, looking for it, but TSM, they didn't ring off Snoopy, and that is one of the best games of the summer split
by far
that we've had the privilege of casting. For sure. That was
by far.
That was amazing.
Backwards and forwards, 2 compositions that did 2 completely different ways of engaging. Legion of Carrots were fantastic. They don't deserve a 0-2.
Right?
They really don't deserve a 0-2. Someone got points.
Yeah, I just heard.
Who got FP? Who bet on TSM? I would have been betting on TSM at some stages of that game, honestly.
Dude, that was a gnarly game.
It was really, really fun.
I don't know what I'm more impressed in. The fact that Garz is a madman and will counter engage any chance he gets, or the fact that Puch with the right team comp is just whoop.
I mean, let's look at this as well. Eager took a game of Cloud9 today, which we saw earlier on.
Today was nuts.
Legion of Carrots just went up against TSM and potentially almost beat them in multiple stages of that game. They played very, very well. NA's just looking tighter and tighter. Tighter and tighter. I can't call who's going to be top 4 now.
No.
I think most of them got a
But
chance.
what matters is the top 3. And it's time to check in with the first blood here. This was one of the longer games that we've seen so far in the summer split. And it was started off with Aduro. He emptied the Crips into the Odin ring. And big burst damage coming from him as he will actually clean it up with the auto.
Bada bung. That's what the whole competition was in the first place. It was like ring into Humbat's ult if required, and the Crips over and over again.
And
track
Hades
the ones that are in trouble. And the Hades ult too, if required.
Yeah, right.
If required.
Yeah. So let's see what the jungle maps tell us here. At the beginning, it was kind of split. And, well, Team SoloMid loses the mid-Harpy battle.
Over the course of a game that's long.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It doesn't necessarily, those stats don't really reflect the state of the game. I mean, to be fair, you can see that most of the other camps of the mids were relatively split. Gold Furies, though, did all go to Legion of Carrots
Huge.
throughout the whole stage, which is a really, really important factor to mention. And 3 Fire Giants to TSM, well, that's generally because the first FG call was fantastic. And then the other 2 was because they were the ones with the opportunity to take
well,
it.
there was a couple times there where Team SoloMid just wasn't sure whether or not they should go for the Gold Fury, and I don't even think... Actually, let me rephrase. I don't think it was that they weren't sure whether or not. It's just, when those Gold Furies were taken, their idea was Fire Giant.
But when you look at the camps that are on there for TSM as well, it's not like they won in terms of jungle camps or Gold Furies, but they were still relatively okay on gold.
Yep.
The percentage of the game wasn't so bad.
Player of the game is none other than Thor.
No, really? I'm almost...
I mean Gars.
Gars did so many massive engagements that he baited out fights, forced people to chase it, then turned around and re-engaged again. He gets multiple, as you see there, of the 3-man.
I almost just want to like lay out and watch this entire highlight reel of plays. And this is what we've been seeing more and more out of Gars, is just, okay, I'm going to hang over this wall, and then I'm going to tectonic rift, and then hit a perfect double tap.
But as you were saying, like, he's not been playing it as much this season.
Yeah.
He's not been his go-to every single time, but people are remembering again, hang on, he can play Thor as well. I mean, DJ Pernicus also has a very good Thor, so I think that's why they potentially, like, one of them is going to...
And on top of that, I mean, he's so used to seeing it, and we've seen it in Cloud9 games as well. Like, Annenser's running the hell out of Thor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe Gars just hasn't even been able to get it in scrims, right? But you can just tell one thing from Gars is he uses the passive of Thor perfectly.
It's not just the passive as well, like he knows when to disengage with his hammer and when to engage with his hammer. Sometimes he'll throw it out and not jump to it. Sometimes he'll do it just to disengage. He'll even use his beads to get out. Against Empty the Crypts multiple times from Adoro, he ulted away on purpose. So he used beads and then jumped his hammer away to get out the damage straight away.
That's one hell of a game, to say the very least. But really, that's got to be it for Legion, right? I mean, that's an 0-2 in week 5.
It's rough for Legion. It's rough for Legion, but with that, I have hope for them.
As everyone should at home. But joining us on the line here is the man who is robotic, and his name is Ionic. Ionic, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Terrible rhyme.
Hey, Ionic. Yeah, that was a great rhyme. Excuse you, me.
Oh, Ionic, that Fire Giant steal, bro. That was so close.
Oh my God.
We were all rooting for that Fire Giant steal, man.
Ionic, so you have Magi's, and you're trying to take away this Fire Giant from 3 people. What's going through your mind there? Are you just looking for an opening? Like, just paint that picture for us.
Well, pretty much at that point, it's a lot worse to be the enemy support, because if you get the Fire Giant stolen from you, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm really sad. But like Hindu said, you kind of have nothing to lose going in, so you're just kind of like, if I get it, awesome. If I don't, no big deal.
But it was really, really close as well with that one. Yeah. I mean, from the way this game played out as well, Ionic, you guys, like, you were up against it for the most part. They did the wombo combo of death, as I keep putting it, because it was literally ringed onto the Crypts as well, and then they still had the Fear No Evil. Like, was your game plan from the very start when you saw their composition looking for mid-late game?
Well, I would say that they outpicked us pretty hard that game. Our comp was like a really, really heavy dive comp, and you can't really do that into an op wash, as well as us. Odin. They had like a bunch of big circles plus op wash, and we really just weren't prepared for the team comp that they brought out. So credit to them for their shot.
Yeah, you guys were so able to pull it out. What do you think was the difference maker for you? Was it just the footsies around Fire Giant? Oh, Gar.
Is that it? Just Gars? Yep.
Oh, God.
He had some fantastic elements that game, in all fairness. Like, he was dunking on multiple people time and time again. It must be so nice, like, to have a jungler that's good.
Yeah. The backpack is pretty comfortable, to be honest.
Ionic, I think you're playing great, man. So it's towards the end of the season. Where are you guys seeing yourself finishing out?
It really depends on how the Cloud9 versus AFK game goes, but I'm confident that we can get at least second.
Okay.
Good shout. Good shout.
Awesome.
Who's going to be up there with you is my question.
Oh, yeah.
Cloud9 and AFK.
Cloud9 AFK. Okay.
Yeah, that's a safe one. I mean, they still have denial to play left. Team SoloMid does, so that'll be the big matchup.
Denial still has to play against AFK, and they still have to play against us.
Yep.
That's a rougher Denial then. Those 2 games.
That's very, very tough for them. But Ionic, thank you very much for joining us. Before we let you go, shout outs.
I have 3 shout outs. The first is to our fantastic sponsor, TSM.
He's a good guy. Okay. There's one.
Oh, Ionic, that was impressive. Ionic's impressive.
You know what the other one was? it's rumored that during that series, Yannick's heart grew 10 times the size.
His heart was definitely in that game.
10 times.
10 times.
Yannick confirmed the new Grinch,
and
but
I'm pretty
the
sure
happy Grinch.
He's smiling now too, just so you know.
Yeah.
I know it's right because he just DC'd himself from the call on purpose.
He like painted on clown makeup.
Shout out to Ataraxia.
North American standings here. Let's see where everyone stands after Saturday, week 5.
After Saturday, week 5, Cloud9 took
Did you really just repeat
loss.
exactly what I said for no reason?
I like doing that sometimes. It just gives me a second to buy a second in my brain, okay, to work out what I'm supposed to say next. Cloud9 lost their first game of the season this time round against Eager. AFK 8-2. TSM pushed themselves up to 7-3 after that 2-0 win over Legion. And then we see Denial, Eager, Legion of Carrots, Cognitive, and Enemy rounded out.
It's kind of crazy to me how Denial has been the silent killers. Like, Eager has been a breath of fresh air, right? I mean, they've just been fantastic so far in the season. We doubt them every time, or, you know, we're not sure where they're going to place and how they're going to do against the big boys, and then, well, they take games and they look fantastic. But Denial is above them, and they still have...
That's right. 4 through 6 in that position. And all 3 of those teams are very, very strong. They can take wins of the big boys too. You can see Legion today. We saw Eager today. Both doing fantastically against the top 3 teams that people expect to be the top 3.
Yep. Schedule time. See what's left in this weekend here. Sunday, June 14th. The Night's Watch will be going up against Trig Esports. They have a little bit of a different roster.
Oh, they're going to have a bit of a different roster, but Trig looked very good in that one. We're going to see London Conspiracy up against upcoming stars. That should be one where there's a little bit of interest from a lot of people saying that this could go either way, but the fans are voting London Conspiracy on that one. And then finally, what have we got, Gandhi?
Yep. Denial versus Enemy Esports. And this one, I think a lot of people are expecting Denial to just kind of come through in 2-0, but it's actually more important for Denial to crush that series than not, because after this week, they go right into TSM, and then that's really a battle for who will attend LAN.
That's right.
So you really need to have all the confidence in the world. And
well, Denial's going to play AFK and TSM after Enemy. So they need this win's important for them. They have to be Enemy. Enemy, though, will be looking for their first win of the SPL this split. Hopefully they can get one by the end of it. I'd like to see them get one. Everybody always roots for the underdog. I'm a big fan of that myself. Yep. So hopefully we'll see a good game out of those two, but Denial definitely wants that win.
Yeah, well, guys, that's going to do it for us here from the booth. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. See you then.